Here's King back with another video. Today's actually going to be a special video. This video is being made specifically for a good buddy of mine, a YouTube user by the name of Horror Collector 1999. Recently I did my first video in over a year, and within a matter of hours he had already gave me a view. He dropped a really nice comment, said a lot of nice things. He mentioned how he had been watching my videos since I started doing them back in 2011, and just fed me a lot of support. Really made me feel welcome back. And I told him that I would do a video just for him. So this video is for you, Horror Collector 1999. Thanks for all the support. Glad you're still sticking around watching my videos. So like we talked about, I'm going to basically do a video showing all the horror films I have accumulated between the last time I did a video before my little hiatus, which was August 2013, up till now. So pretty much all the horror films that I've accumulated over the last year. This is going to be a little quick, and it is going to be a two-parter. So if you do see the first one and you don't see the second one yet, please be patient because I have to upload them one at a time. I've been filming on my phone lately, and I'm only allowed to get about 15 minutes each video, and I have to upload it before I could even film the next one because I would have to delete the previous video before I even make the next video. So I'm going to go a little quick, but I will talk about a couple of them. So let's get straight into it. The first one I got is the Blu-ray, just Full Moon Edition, American Werewolf in London. This is a movie that I, heard a lot of people talk about. When I finally watched it, I didn't think it was great, like a lot of people say. Maybe I need to watch it again, but I did like the practical effects, and all the transformation scenes were pretty cool, and there were some pretty good memorable scenes. Overall, I'd say it's pretty good. Maybe worth another view. The next movie I have is one that I picked up at Big Lots for $3. It is a early 90s horror movie. I wouldn't technically call it a horror comedy. It's not a horror comedy, although it is a pretty funny scenario. These genetically enhanced bats, and Lou Diamond Phillips being a sheriff of a town and working together with scientists to kill them before they spread throughout the rest of America. Really fun, enjoyable film, just something to do maybe if you get called out of work or you're sick staying home. Really a guy film, just something to throw in and just have fun with. Next one I got is the special edition DVD of the Blair Witch Project. This movie is one of those movies that people either love it or hate it. I personally, I guess I would say I'm more on the love side. I thought they did really well. Obviously they marketed it very well because they made it for very cheap and they made a lot of money. A lot of people believed this for a while. Funny story, I actually saw this movie in theaters when it first came out, but I was surprised because I didn't know what we were going to see, and then when it came on, I kind of was like, oh shit, and it really scared me when I was a kid. I know there's no delivery, they never show the witch, but it is still, well acted. It comes off very genuine, and I never for a second believed that it was actually real. But at the same time, just good acting, like I said, and yeah, no witch, but still, creepy atmosphere. Bunch of people stranded in the woods looking for this mythical witch. I believe it was in Maryland. Next up, I have the late 80s or early 90s remake of 1950s The Blob. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I've been dying to get it for a while. This is the standard DVD. I do own a Blu-ray player now, but I do still, mostly just prefer to buy the, the DVD, the original DVD copies of movies. I don't really care about the transfer too much. I feel like if the movie's old school, I want to see how it was, initially transferred on the DVD, and I just always love the original artwork on the older DVDs. I just think it's cool, a lot of hand-drawn stuff, and anyway, but back to the film. I thought it was really good. I thought the Blob was cool. I thought there was a lot of good kills in this, good acting, good cast, really good, enjoyable classic. Next one I have up is Lucio Fulci's City of the Living Dead. Now this is a Italian horror film, and if you don't like Italian style, you're not going to like this at all. This one is not as artsy as some of the other ones may come off as, and I bet a lot of people have seen this. It's actually not a zombie film with the title of The Living Dead, and there, it's like a zombie-looking type creature there. You might think it's a zombie film. It's really not. It's from my recollection, I remember it's just a priest in a town in Italy or something like that. I think he hangs himself or commits suicide or something, and upon doing so, he opens up a portal and releases these paranormal creatures. It's kind of weird, but it's actually not that bad. I am kind of a fan of the Italian horror films. Some of them are a little too, like I said, a little too artsy. Even some of the Dario Argento ones, I'm not too big of a fan of. The next one I have is the standard DVD of The Collector. Really like this one. The collection I didn't like though, the sequel. But this one's good, and whoever was the person that coined the term that it's like Saw meets Home Alone was dead on. That's exactly how it comes off. Fun, not too believable, but you know, I like the character. Good original killer, slasher, whatever you want to call him. You know, pretty fun. Next one I got is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of The Conjuring, and this is with the lenticular cover, as you can see the hands there. The movie was just okay. You know, I'm not a really big fan of paranormal horror movies, period, especially the new wave of them coming out. Wasn't a fan of The Ring. Didn't like most of the other ones that came out. I did like Insidious, though. I do have that in this thing. That's a spoiler right there. But this one was okay. I saw it in theaters. You know, it's not bad. I mean, I'm sure, like, you know, to be there and witness it, if it actually did indeed happen, would have been more terrifying. I believe I did actually see the show The Haunting, and it was covered this story, and I think that was more scary to me than the movie. Next up, I have the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Dark Skies, a recent alien abduction film. It was not bad. I do believe in aliens. This type of stuff does scare me. But I don't like the end. I don't like the way the aliens looked. It looked a little funny, and I felt like a lot of scenes they had in this movie copied Signs, the M. Night Shyamalan movie with Mel Gibson. Specifically, the scene in this movie where they are all eating dinner right before the aliens come to abduct them is pretty much just like the scene in Signs, where they're all sitting at the dinner table and Mel Gibson asks them all to, you know, he'll cook them whatever they want, and they all eat before they inevitably the aliens come. Also, in this movie, they have a walkie-talkie, which is, you know, kind of reminiscent of the baby monitor in Signs. So I felt like they copied that a little bit, but overall it's not that bad. Next up, I have the remake of Sam Raimi's 1980s classic. This is Evil Dead. I thought this was, just so amazing. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I know some people had small problems here and there, but I feel like if you compare this up against all the other remakes that have been coming out in the last 10 or plus years, this is just definitely top 5 at least. Loved it. You know, so much gore. I mean, I can't wait for an uncut release because, I mean, I saw the R-rated version in films and it just already showed so much blood. I thought the cast was cool. I like that they kept it, like, you know, mostly unknowns. I like how you didn't know what era it was. And just all around great movie. Absolutely loved it. You know, I picked this up just because I was dying to get my hands on it and watch it since I saw it in the theaters. But I also did pick up the Blu-ray Steelbook of this, the Target exclusive, which I already did an unboxing video for that. Next up is the standard DVD release of Final Exam. Bear with me, guys. I'm hoping there's not too much glare on this. This is one movie that I really thought I would like because the name sounded fun. The cover art looked cool, but it was just really bad. It starts really weird. I don't want to give away too much, but it starts very weird. Never explains why it started the way it started. The acting is horrible. I know the acting is not supposed to be good because it is a horror film, but just really bad. You just kind of wait. It's one of those movies where you're waiting for the kills, but the thing about in this one is even when the kills come, those aren't even good. So I was really disappointed. Really thought I liked this one, but I really did not. Next one I have is David Cronenberg's remake to the 1950s movie The Fly. I thought this movie was great. Jeff Goldblum had a great performance. Liked all the creature makeup, and the transformation scenes were really cool. And just a really creepy, nasty movie, especially when he's falling apart. All those scenes are, it's just gross. This one I definitely should get on Blu-ray. I just picked this up for a couple dollars. I forgot where it was. Next up, I have the standard Blu-ray release of Frankenstein's Army. This is a movie that a friend of mine recently put me onto. I put it on, I really liked it. I liked all the practical effects. I thought the special effects makeup team did a great job making so many original monster makeups, and to me, for most of the part, for most of the time, it just feels like you're playing like a POV video game, which is super fun. I loved it. Excuse me. Next up is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Crystal Lake Memories, the complete history of Friday the 13th. This is just a really, really extensive, expansive, in-depth documentary about the Friday the 13th franchise. I loved it. Made by the same company, 1428 Films, that made the Nightmare on Elm Street documentary. And it's about 6 hours long. It took me about 3 days to watch it, but really fun. I actually prefer the Nightmare on Elm Street documentary over this one, though. One second, I gotta take a drink. Excuse me, guys. Next up, I have the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of the Fright Night remake. This is one movie that I really thought I would dislike. I didn't like they got Colin Farrell to play the lead vampire. I thought it'd be really stupid, but after watching it on TV, it actually kind of grew on me, and I picked this up. And you know, I know this is just a standard Blu-ray, but I feel like they did a really good job with this slipcover. The title's embossed. There's a lot of gloss on it. You had to see it in person to fully appreciate it, but it's really, really nice. And I actually did like the movie. Next up, I have Halloween: The Inside Story. A really good documentary on Halloween. You know, I'm hoping 1428 Films does a Halloween documentary, but until then, this is by far the best Halloween documentary. I way preferred over the 25 Years of Terror. I thought that one wasn't that good. This one has a lot of good stuff that they don't cover in the other one, and I just absolutely loved it. And I bought it from the bio.com shop. Next up is Hatchet 3. Loved 1 and 2. This one, just definitely my least favorite of the franchise. Adam Green only wrote it. He did not direct it. The kills are still fun, but you know, the story just at that point is just kind of stale to me, and I feel like they should stop. But it's still kind of fun. Next up is another Lucio Fulci Italian horror film. This is House by the Cemetery. You know, I threw this one on the other day, and I couldn't get all the way through it. Not because I didn't enjoy it, but because I got called into work early. Other than that, what I saw, I kind of liked. It is a little weird and creepy, though, and kind of slow. But I'm definitely looking forward to throwing it in again and, you know, definitely doing a review on this one. Let me know if you've seen it, if it's worth finishing. And the last two I have are, I'll just put them out there together. Insidious and Insidious Chapter 2, both Blu-rays, the Insidious 2 being a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Definitely thought these ones I wouldn't like either. Part 1, I love. Part 2, still pretty good, but definitely prefer Part 1. The only problem I have with these two movies is that when they show the ghosts, it's just actors, and I feel like that's kind of weird because usually that's what they would call a full-body apparition. That's like the holy grail of ghosts encounters. You don't really see that often, and I figured they could do better with the ghosts. Maybe, you know, CG play with them, make them a little shadowy, make them more creepy. When it's just people, I just feel like I'm looking at zombies or something. It's kind of weird. But anyway, this is the first part to the video, so stay tuned for the second part. Like I said, if the first part is the only one up, please be patient. I will be uploading the second one immediately after, and I hope you enjoyed the video, especially Horror Collector 1999.